Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Video number 2 of 2 as we normally do now during this transfer window because things are popping off left, right and centre. And I did say earlier on in my first video, which I'll leave right here for you guys, that I was expecting Sunday to be fairly relaxing. That video was actually quite relaxing. This, we've got tons to go through, so this is going to get very interesting. But as I've said, hit that link to go and catch what I had to say earlier on. Mainly about Lukaku, who we're going to touch on in this video as well. And other things that happened over there. You can pause this and head over there and watch that first, then come back to here. Or as I always say, if you are a little weird and lopsided, feel free to do it the other way around. Why? Because whatever rocks your absolute wonderful boat. Now, let's get cracking. Starting off with Lukaku, we spoke about him earlier on and how he refused Juve and Saudi and doesn't want to go and get the bag. To one extent, I actually respect that. To an extent. If it wasn't my club, I'd look at him and go, nah, fair play to him. You know? But because he's at my club, I want him gone. ASAP, please. So this is why I'm thinking, nah, mate, just go and, for once, I'm saying go and take the bag. Go and take the bag. But seems like he's got other ideas. Let's get right into it, starting off with Matt Law with the latest on Lukaku. Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku is willing to give up almost £1 million a year to rejoin Inter Milan, who will make a new bid for him this coming week. He's not interested in supposed interest from Juventus. Now, this is again, look, we on a personal level, I respect that. On a Chelsea level, please just go. Go, please. Fabrizio gives us more. We'll dip into what Matt Law has said even further. Here's Fabrizio. Romelu Lukaku has not changed his stance after rejecting the Saudi bid in June. He wants to continue in Europe. Inter and Chelsea will be in contact in the next days as new proposal will be submitted soon. Of course, it has to be improved to convince Chelsea. Now, this is where we go back to what we said earlier on. Chelsea have set some price of 40 million. I don't think that's going to cut, but I understand if you're trying to get as much as possible and hoping that other teams are just going to come close, then maybe we accept. Inter Milan might actually be getting closer. They did try to put a bid in which was pretty ridiculous. I think around the 25 or 28 million pound margin, which is going to get laughed away if we're looking for 40. But Matt Law does reassure us and tell us that there could be a bid coming closer and we might as well just accept this. Please, if this actually happens, can we just take the money and go? Please, we'll get 300. Let me try and sell this to the owners. Owners, right? I know you're asking for 40 million, right? But think of it this way. You let this guy go for maybe a little less, right? Little less. We're making a loss anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And let's be honest, we have money. We're not broke, are we? You're not broke. You guys are successful billionaires. You know exactly what you're doing. So listen, how does 300k off our wage bill sound? Actually, let me make it better for you. £315,000 off our wage bill a week. Off our wage bill. I think that's more valuable than maybe trying to get another 5 million out of Inter. We can get 5 million from our bank account like this in 5 minutes if we want. Not a problem, right? So how does getting that off the wage bill sound? Better, isn't it? I think we should accept. Here's the latest from Matt Law in terms of what Inter are about to do. Inter Milan are structuring a bid that will be worth about £35 million for Romelu Lukaku, inclusive of bonuses, and hope that will be enough to convince Chelsea. Lukaku has reassured Inter that he has no intention of moving to Juventus, however, and has not accepted an offer from Al Hilal as he focuses on returning to Inter. Listen, let me tell you this right now. If this was any other player, right? And we want 40 and they come to 35, I'm saying no, we want 40 please. But on this occasion, Inter Milan, deal. Thank you very much. Please, here's our bank account details. Can you send that immediately? Lukaku's heading to Heathrow Airport as we speak. He's on his way, don't worry. Look, we don't even need to get Lukaku to meet Pochettino for pre-season. He doesn't need to show up. He doesn't need to come. Right, send him straight to Milan. See you later. Gone, right? How about we just do that, please? If Inter Milan tomorrow are going to come in with this bid of 35, we're looking for 40, take the 35 and go. Please. Just don't make this more complicated. This is an offer that I think we should just accept. Just because it's Lukaku. Please. As I said, anyone else, I would want to negotiate and try and rinse the bank accounts of other clubs. But on this occasion, I'm going to be nice to Inter Milan. Listen, you're giving us 35 million. Thank you very much. We'll take it and run. Good luck with Lukaku. We wish you the best. That is what I think we should do. So let's see what happens. Let me know what you think should happen down in the comment section below, and we'll take it from there. Now, that 35 million could be reinvested. And there's news tonight about a possible other striker that we're going after. And no, it's not Lautaro Martinez. No. And it's someone that has been rumoured, and we haven't really heard his name in terms of a concrete link up until now. Who is it? Well, Dusan Vlahovic. Let's get right into it, starting off with what Fabrizio has had to say earlier on this evening. Understand Dusan Vlahovic could leave Juve, but only for an important bid. He's one of 4 strikers being considered by PSG. Chelsea are currently not negotiating for Vlahovic despite reports. Chelsea and Bayern appreciate Dusan, but haven't opened talks as things stand. This is also backed up by what Alfredo Padula has had to say. Now, before we get into what he has said, can I just... Do you remember Alfredo Padula from the Sarri days? He was the one that was coming onto Twitter every single 5 minutes going, it's hot, and putting flame emojis every single time we were linked with Sarri and Jorginho. It's hot. Hot days. Hot. It's hot. It, like, every time. It's very hot. Every time he would do that. But this is Alfredo Padula and his latest. Intermediaries have moved to express the interest from Chelsea and Pochettino in Dusan Vlahovic. Next week, possible club-to-club contact to discuss the feasibility. Ben Jacobs also tells us Chelsea have had Dusan Vlahovic on their list of potential targets since January. Remains a strong possibility Vlahovic will leave Juventus this summer. No official bid placed yet from Chelsea, despite some reports. Industry feeling is 70 to 75 million euros might be possible. One to watch. I don't know what to feel about this. I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like there's a chance that Vlahovic could come to Chelsea and do really well. But, I don't know, his injury record kind of worries me a little bit. And it's not like that. It's not like Dybala, where you're getting a player for like 10 million quid and just hoping he doesn't get hurt. That's a different story. You spend 70 million euros and you're kind of hoping. Not just hoping. You have to assure yourself he's not going to get hurt. Because if not, we're just going to end up in the same flipping loop and cycle that we've been in for the last 5 or 6 years, where we just don't have a striker to score goals. So, well... I'm gonna take your comments in consideration here. Apart from Olivier Giroud, I will happily, yeah. When I talk about striker, I don't mean every single striker. I mean the striker that was meant to be the main guy. Giroud was never meant to be the main guy. Giroud was always someone we turned to off the bench. Someone that would start a few games. He was never the main number 9. I don't even want to use number 9. The main striker. Yeah? Never. Tammy was, I think... out of the ones that were meant to be the main guys, as of the recent memory, that was somewhat decent. Yeah, had his flaws, had some successes, wasn't a disaster, but wasn't good enough. So with Vlahovic, it's tough. It's tough. I know there's a goal scorer in there. But I have my doubts as to whether he's really going to adapt well, if his style of play will work in the Premier League. Will he be sharp enough to adapt to the tempo and the speed of the Premier League? I don't know. I don't know. And on top of that, his injuries. That's where I'm concerned, and I'm a little bit worried. I don't quite know. So let me know your thoughts. Would you take Vlahovic? I know some of you have already said, yeah, I would, absolutely. And some of you are going, hell no, stay away. Bit polarizing. Personally, I am more leaning towards no than yes. Not to say I'm absolutely correct. I might be wrong. But, yeah, for that much money, it's a big risk. It's a big risk. As far as I'm concerned, it's a big risk. But right now, we have to be honest. The striker market stinks. Let's be real. The striker market, except for Victor Osimhen, stinks, right? There isn't anyone you look at and go, yes, they're absolutely the guy. No, except Erling Haaland. He's not on the market. So I don't quite know. It's not a good market at all in terms of the strikers. But the problem is we absolutely need one. We can't stay like this. We need goals. So yeah, Vlahovic, we might have to do. He might surprise us. He might not. So let me know your thoughts down below. That would be very interesting as to seeing where you stand on a possible Vlahovic to Chelsea move. Do you think he would succeed or not? Let me know down below. Now, we're going to keep things moving because there's a lot to cover, like I said. So the next thing on the agenda is this guy. Exclusive from Philip Melo. Chelsea and Brighton are closing in on agreement for Moises Caicedo. Fee around 80 to 85 million pounds plus bonuses. Understand the issue is that Brighton is not happy with Chelsea's way structure of payment. Brighton want Chelsea to pay the huge amount of the fee up front, but Chelsea wish to pay in 3 installments. Now, this link in terms of Philip Melo, we don't quite know just how reliable this guy is, but he's reported on some things previous which have ended up becoming legit and maybe just in the same sort of time frames as Fabrizio and all those guys. But I'm hoping, I'm only telling you guys what I see, so I'm hoping this is the case. I also did read that in terms of Caicedo, and this was Ben Jacobs, it kind of matches what we've just read in terms of Philip Melo. So let's get into it. The Moises Caicedo deal is not about the final number, but more payment structure. Insiders say Chelsea are still pushing for around the £80 million mark, but if the deal ends up near £100 million, then Chelsea will have a better payment structure. For those of you that don't understand what that means, this is basically, and by the way, can I just say, the Philip Melo stuff was posted about 3 hours before Ben Jacobs. That's where I'm looking at it and thinking, oh, you know what, this could be, he might be legit. So, we'll see. Reputation watch on Philip Melo. Now, same way we done with Ben Jacobs. The £100 million mark and the better structure would mean, if we were to insist with 80 million, Brighton would absolutely go, okay, we need the majority of that up front. Which, personally, I don't have a problem with. Right? But if it's 100, Brighton, I think, would be willing to accept a payment structure that Chelsea would happily lean more towards. So that would mean 3 installments, 100 divided maybe by 3, right? So 33 million every year, you know, but it means giving them 100 million total. But if we were to accept 80, it would mean having to give them, let's say, 70 up front. You know, if not, Brighton will say no. So it depends what would work for you in the long term. Chelsea could happily accept 100 if it means having to pay 33 now and then 33 next year and then 33 the year after. You know, if they go down that route, they might just go, yeah, that's fine. That suits us better then. They might. So that's what he means by better payment structure, even though you have to pay more. Personally, I couldn't care less. Although I would think that in terms of the value of the player, I don't think we should pay more than 80. Realistically, but the market nowadays is getting stupid. Soon we're going to be paying for Bob the Builder and having to put a £75 million bid in. That's just the way the market's going now. The inflation is ridiculous. Values are skyrocketing through the roof. It's getting stupid, and it's only just the beginning, trust me. 200 million in about 10 years' time is going to be like how we look at 35 million now. It's getting pretty dumb. I'm looking forward to the day where we have the first £1 billion signing. And I don't think that's very far away. We're already a fifth away there with Neymar. We might have the same with Mbappe this year, and he's in the last year of his contract. Can you imagine someone trying to buy an Erling Haaland with 4 years left on his deal? They'd have to play $500,000. You know, so we're not far off in terms of actually reaching the billion mark. I reckon that will come in the next 15, 20 years, so we'll see. Now, moving on, let me know your thoughts down below on Caicedo and that payment structure. And personally, I do reckon the deal will be done pretty soon. Before we fly off to the States, I expect him to be in the Chelsea shirt. Talking about Chelsea shirts, hang about till near the end of this video, as we do have more footage of a possible leak in terms of the Chelsea shirt and what it's going to look like tomorrow ahead of the launch, because I think it's going to be launched tomorrow. Here's the latest in terms of Ryan Cherki at Lyon. Ryan Cherki wants to join former teammate Malo Gusto at Chelsea this summer. That came from Team Talk. Reliable, not so reliable. I'm just showing you the news. Here's more from Team Talk and what they had to say. Gabri Veiga is of interest to Chelsea too, but it is believed Ryan Cherki could be favoured ahead of him. This, I have to be honest, kind of contradicts what we just saw from them. They did say Ryan Cherki wants to join former teammate Gusto at Chelsea. Ryan Cherki could be favoured ahead of Veiga. That's probably from the club perspective. But if you want a player, if you want a player and you know that he wants to join you, surely you lean just more towards him. So I reckon the Ryan Cherki link could end up becoming legit properly. I think we will make a move. I hope we do make a move because we still need to replace Mason Mount, who's headed out the door. Havertz has left the club, and Nkunku's the only one that's coming in and around that role. Felix is also left in terms of a loan deal, so we do need to get someone in that's going to fill that void. I think Ryan Cherki would be perfect. There's also the links on Dybala. We're about to come to that, but let me know what you think in terms of Ryan Cherki, and do you think he will come and join the club to join up with his former teammate Gusto? And Gusto, if you can, get a word in, pick up the phone. Oi, Ryan, how you doing, my friend? Bonjour, bonsoir. Do all of that madness and get on the phone and try and tempt him. Much like we are seeing from our Brazilian counterpart at Chelsea Football Club, Thiago Silva. He was at the F1 today in Silverstone. The British Grand Prix took place earlier on today. Congrats to Max Verstappen. Lando Norris in second place as well, and good old Lewis in third. So 2 Brits in second and third, whilst a German wins. Bloody hell, we've it's about time the Germans got a win after World War II. So let's on British soil. Anyway, let's not go there. Here's the latest on Thiago Silva and what he has said at the British Grand Prix. Thiago Silva, I saw Paulo Dybala here. They talk about him at Chelsea. I hope he arrives. That's quite bold. And that's not all. Let's go into more. He didn't finish there. Here's more from Thiago Silva. I've asked Paulo Dybala if it's true that he's coming to Chelsea, but he didn't answer. He's a top player. He'd be a massive signing for us. I'd like it. Pulisic is a good guy. He's going to do very well at Milan. Same as Loftus-Cheek. Thiago Silva earlier on told Sky. It's, how can I put this? If you're not linked with a player, there should be no reason for a player of your club to talk about a certain player. That doesn't make sense. There must be a legit link here for Thiago Silva to talk publicly about it, or maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he's just like, I will speak how I speak, and if I get punished, I couldn't care less. But he's made it clear that he would love Dybala, that there's a possible link from Chelsea, and he's at Chelsea. Surely he knows. I don't think he'd know everything. Much like if you think you know everything that happens at the organisation you work, you don't. You don't know what happens at CEO level unless you are the CEO. If there's any CEOs watching, let me know in the comments. Much appreciated. It'd be good to see how many people on that level are actually watching the channel. Anyway, in terms of getting to know what's going on in an organisation, you only hear so much. But in football, it can be a little different because there's links, there's agents, there's networks, there's all sorts of other routes that you can go, not just within your club, but even though it's happening in your club, you can hear from elsewhere and then confirm from within after. So there's as many avenues within football for you to get your information from. Thiago Silva, to speak like this is very bold. Very bold. And Dybala was at the F1 today as well. He made it clear. He spoke to him. Yeah. Hopefully, look, for that value, as I've said before, I would absolutely do a deal. Absolutely. 10 million euros. Not 10 million pounds. 12 million euros for a risk like Dybala. That's fine. 10 million. Imagine if we actually had Cherki and Dybala. Dybala could drift off to the right sometimes. Cherki can do the same. But Nkunku in that region too. In terms of that entire attacking midfield space, we are covered. Get Caicedo in as well to cover in terms of the double pivot or whoever's alongside Enzo. Mate, that midfield is ready to go. Ready to go. So I would love for us to get Cherki and Dybala, even though it's a risk in terms of injuries, but it's £10 million. It's not the end of the world. Might as well do it. It's a release clause. Trigger it. So let's see. Now, talking about one player that I believe should have got more minutes last season in order for us to know what he's about, and he didn't. Now that we are moving on and we're actually trying to function like a proper football club again after so long, David Datro Fofana. Fabrizio gave us the latest. Here it is. David Datro Fofana, one step away from joining Union Berlin on loan. Chelsea and Union are at final stages of negotiation, as called by Bild. Loan deal won't include any buy option clause. Final green light from the player is now expected soon. This is a great deal. Absolutely great deal. Union Berlin, Bundesliga, gets to really see his level, gets to play regularly, no buy option, comes back to Chelsea afterwards. That's a great loan deal for him. I'll be very happy with that. We were sceptical in terms of what sort of loan deal he could pull off. This is a great one. Absolute great one. And A level at a club where I know he'll be chosen to play every week, but also a level where he can test himself, where it's not easy. Don't want him to go to some other league where he's just on a loan deal, like Holland, with all due respect, but you don't want that. This is a test for him and a way to develop, and I'll be very happy if it does happen. It looks like it's going to, with no buy option. Very happy. So good deal for Datro Fofana. If he heads out there for the season, I'd wish him the best, and we'll be keeping an eye on him. Let me know your thoughts in terms of that loan deal. It also incentivizes us to go out and get an actual striker as well. Now we've got Nicholas Jackson in as well. I think we're going to be covered in each position really, really well in terms of depth. In terms of depth, everyone looks like they're covered. So honestly, this is why I'm optimistic. It actually feels like we're moving in the right direction. We're actually functioning and getting these things done the way we need to. So I'm very happy. Now, the new kit. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's exactly what I showed all of you earlier on. Basically, we've got a pretty good view of what is going to be launched. Like we've seen from the leaks, it's exactly what it is. Here it is. Let's check it out. Here's the new kit for Chelsea. This is from Feroz Ali, good link and mate of mine who I've spoken to before, saying this is cold. He approves, but this is the new kit. This is the new kit. The badge and the Nike logo are gold. We have the white underarms. We've got there's the traits on top of the patterns on the shirt, which is actually a nice touch. I didn't think it would be like that. And the sleeves with the golden band on the end of them. And it's, as I've said before, it's a tribute to the 97-98 kit, with the way that we have the gold touches on the badge and on the sleeves. Now, as I've said before, on a hanger, it doesn't look very good. On a flat surface, it looks a little better. But I'm still not convinced this is going to be as cold as people are expecting it to be. I like the gold touch on the badge. I like that the badge is actually shiny. Weirdly enough, I actually like that. But I don't know. We need to see it worn. One thing that has got me a little bit more optimistic is the patterns on the shirt. I just thought it'd be plain blue. I was scared it was, but there's nice patterns there. This is why I'm saying, look, tomorrow when it's launched, we'll see what it is when it's worn and when it's actually on someone, and we can judge it from there. From that point, I think we know exactly what to think. There's not going to be a sponsor, so if you are interested and you want to get a top, get it now if you don't want it with a sponsor. If you want it with a sponsor, you can wait maybe a couple more weeks before we actually wrap that up. So that's just a forewarning for all of you that are interested. That's the kit and what it's going to look like. Let's see tomorrow. Let's see tomorrow when it's launched and what the players are going to... how the players are going to make it look like. Let's see. Now, we'll move to news elsewhere. Harry Kane. Big news from Florian Plettenberg. Here it is. Exclusive news, Kane, understand FC Bayern have submitted a second offer for now. New offer, 80 million euros plus add-ons. First offer was 70 million euros plus add-ons, which was rejected. Harry Kane, he definitely wants to join FC Bayern now. Now, Fabrizio confirms what we've heard from Florian Plettenberg, saying Bayern have submitted their second bid for Harry Kane. Confirmed. Proposals worth 80 million euros plus add-ons, as Florian Plettenberg reported. Tottenham already rejected 70 million pounds plus add-ons last week. An initial feeling after second bid is similar from Spurs, waiting on an official answer. Listen, Harry Kane will not move for less than 100 million. But it's nice that Bayern Munich are doing this now, because this is going to give us an idea. I say us because with Poch, now there probably is a 5% possibility we could move for Harry Kane. I would say that, but what makes it difficult is that it's Chelsea Football Club. If this wasn't Chelsea Football Club and it was Poch as the manager, it'd be very likely. But because it's Chelsea, Tottenham could just look at us and go, I don't care if you give us $500 million, we're not selling to you. They could. I don't think that's the case. I think money talks. I think Daniel Levy, knowing that Harry Kane absolutely would want to leave and isn't going to let Harry Kane move for free, if it really came down to it and Chelsea put in a serious offer, he would have to consider it. Especially with Poch. Because that's where Harry Kane might intervene himself and go, yeah, you know what? I want to go and play under Poch again. That's a possibility. This is where we might have a bit of leverage. But like I've said before, my personal prediction is that I think Man United are going to come in for him at some point and take this bid over and probably win it. Now, if they are going to, I would rather Bayern Munich come in and take it instead, because I would wouldn't want Harry Kane to go to a direct rival and then blow up at Man United, that's for sure. But, yeah, personally, I would take Harry Kane any day of the week. 100 million is going to be the minimum, though. Tottenham will not listen to anything under that. Unless if all the clubs just look at each other and go, all right, we're not bidding. You let him go for free next season then. Which then I think Tottenham won't do. But then again, if there's one club that could do that, it'd be Tottenham, because Daniel Levy can act a little bit crazy at times. It's Daniel Levy. So we'll see what happens there. Let me know your thoughts on Harry Kane and where you see all of this going. Do you think Bayern Munich will get him? Do you think Man United will intervene? Do you think Chelsea stand a chance? Let me know down below. Now, more news from elsewhere, and this is about a potential Chelsea target who I don't think is going to come to Chelsea now. Not like this. Not like this. Here's Florian Plettenberg. Talks between Liverpool and Lavia are concrete and ongoing. Understand there is no agreement in terms of salary conditions yet. As reported, his price tag is around £50 million. Klopp wants him. Very press-resistant player, even in high-pressure situations. He loses the ball only once out of 10 times. I'm not going to lie, that sounds fantastic. For Chelsea, we need players that don't lose the ball. And Liverpool are involved now, so look, we're just going to have to get used to the fact that Lavia is going to Liverpool. When Liverpool come in for a midfielder, especially in this window, you just can't compete, so it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Especially we're focused on Caicedo. I think they're going to wrap up the Lavia deal pretty soon, and then we're all going to miss out. So, yeah, we'll have to see if we can focus elsewhere, if we are going to get another midfielder in and around of that position on the pitch. If not, we'll have to do with Enzo and Caicedo, but I think it would be wise to go and get someone else as well. Let's see how this whole story ends up. Let me know, do you think Liverpool will take him? Do you think Chelsea stand a chance? Let me know down below. Before we wrap up, two little quick bits of information. Here's the latest. Juventus have been kicked out of Europe for the 23-24 season. Not surprised. Not surprised. After what had happened last season in terms of their punishment coming back, even though it was a little less, there was the threat that UEFA could kick them out. They have. It's done. Juventus have been kicked out. They will not be competing in Europe, which means that an Italian side, who finished 5th? Was it Atalanta? I forgot who finished 5th. They would have to be promoted to a Champions League spot, surely. Or it wasn't Roma, was it? I don't think it was Roma. Did Roma? No. Roma finished 6th. I need to check. But anyway, I don't know how this is going to end up. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but I would expect the Italian team below that missed out on the Champions League spot would get that spot ahead of Juventus now. Let's see what happens. Now, this last bit is hilarious to end the video on. Check this out. Weird. I'd never thought I'd see this combination ever. Harry Maguire has been training 3 times a day for 3 weeks. He has been spending time training one-on-one with Ricardo Carvalho. Harry wants to fight for his place and not give up. And there he is with Ricardo Carvalho. I got to admire it for Harry Maguire. Look, if there's one guy that you can go to, it's JT. He's not available. So the next guy is Ricardo Carvalho. Absolutely. Absolutely. You want to sort your defending out, you've gone to the right man. But what worries me is that he's gone to the right man. He's gone to Carvalho, who's helping him out. Mate, Rick, how you doing? Long time no speak. What are you doing? Helping a Man United player out? What's up? I hope you're getting paid generously. Please, teach him a mistake or two. I know you didn't have many mistakes in your playing career, mate. You're an absolute legend for us alongside JT. But, I don't know, get him to mess up or something so he goes to Man United a little bit lopsided. Please. I mean, if not, it's not going to help us. So, anyway, honestly, from a non-Chelsea perspective, let's put the Chelsea glasses on the table. This is a great move for Harry Maguire. As I said, Ricardo Carvalho is one of the best to possibly go to. And yeah, if Harry Maguire genuinely wants to fight for his place, I think he's done the right thing. Personally, for himself, I think he's done the right thing. He's serious. He wants to try. Good luck. I don't think it's going to work out, but you can't ask for more. So fair play to Harry Maguire. And as I said, Ricardo Carvalho, just Rick, step away, mate. Just step away. Stop helping him. Come and help Levi Colwell. How does that sound? Yeah. Anyway, not like he needs much helping, if I'm honest. But you know what I mean. Come to Chelsea. Come back to Chelsea, mate. Come back to Chelsea. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. As I said, I told you it was a long one. There was tons to cover. This Sunday exploded in terms of news. I'm sure tomorrow, Monday, will be the same. So make sure you guys are here for another double upload. I will be here for you guys early in the day tomorrow, and then later on at this time tomorrow night as well. So make sure you guys are here. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.